This is Apple Valley News Now Prime Time, on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. The ongoing truck driver shortage has led to inflation and severe supply chain disruptions all across the country. The American Trucking Association estimates they'll need to hire nearly 1.2 million new drivers over the next 10 years just to keep up with demand. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke with the owner of a local commercial driver's license training program about what it takes to get into the industry and why this might not be for everyone.
With some career fields, you can pay tens of thousands of dollars to get a 4-year degree and still end up making minimum wage or with no job at all. But Brandon Tatro, who owns PNW CDL training in Yakima, says that's not the case when it comes to truck drivers.
For the size of Yakima and Yakima County, there's certainly a big demand with agriculture, whether you're supporting ag directly or indirectly.
To get a commercial driver's license, you need to be at least 18, have a valid driver's license, a good driving record, and be able to pass a drug screening and physical. No degrees required.
We do have a lot of students that do have them, though. They have chosen to take this up because of the stability and the need for it.
He says it's 4 weeks of training for less than $4,000, and graduates typically find a job in a few weeks, with a starting salary of $40,000 to $65,000 a year.
It's a good deal. I mean, you get the most bang for your buck for sure.
But that doesn't mean it's easy.
Some people, they take the course thinking that the money's going to fall in my lap, but you have to go after it.
Long distances and long hours.
On average, it's anywhere from 50 to 70 hours a week. You missed your load, you missed your job opportunity, your load for that day and your money.
It's also a male-dominated field, women making up just 8% of truck drivers, but Tatro says that's slowly changing.
A lot of women, they contact me and are asking questions, and they want to feel, comfortable.
But he says having a woman on staff to assist with the training,
that helps them feel a little more comfortable around all the men. But typically the women, they seem to do better. They listen more than men do.
Tatro says if you're willing to do the hard work and be in it for the long haul, it's a fulfilling job.
The money's certainly one thing, but just knowing that you're keeping America moving is pretty rewarding, just to know that everything that you do is to supply the world with what we need. So, I mean, that's a good feeling.
And with the need for drivers increasing faster than the industry can hire them, the demand for new drivers isn't going away anytime soon. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, federal lawmakers have reintroduced a bill that might help retain and recruit drivers. It's called the Strengthening Supply Chains Through Truck Driver Incentives Act. It would give $10,000 in tax credits to new drivers and $7,500 for existing drivers over the next 2 years. Now, Wapato police say they'll conduct extra patrols near school bus stops after police say a man with a gun reportedly robbed 5 students at a bus stop. It happened this morning near the North Wasco Avenue and West C Street intersection. Police say students told officers that a vehicle drove up. A man with a gun got out and told the students to hand over their belongings and their shoes. The suspect drove off as a Wapato public school bus arrived. You can call Wapato Police or the Yakima Sheriff's Office if you have information that can assist investigators. The Yakima Police Department is investigating a shooting on Sunday afternoon that left a 26-year-old Yakima man dead. Police say they believe the man was near an intersection in the 1400 block of Roosevelt Avenue when a rival gang arrived in a black 4-door sedan. They say someone got out of the car, had a verbal altercation with the victim, then that escalated into a physical fight. Police say that person pulled out a gun and shot the victim, then took off. Multiple people called 911 to report the gunfire, and arriving officers found the victim with gunshot wounds. Police say they attempted to save the man's life, but he died on scene.
We were able to confirm that it appeared to be a rival gang that arrived in the area based on witness accounts and evidence that was located at the scene.
Now, police say so far they have not identified a suspect. They're asking anybody with information about the interaction or video of the incident to call Detective Matt Lee. The number's there on your screen, 509-575-3042. A local cheer gym held a candlelight vigil tonight in honor of 2 women who died in a crash just outside Pasco on Sunday. 50-year-old Angela Hart and 18-year-old Aspen Hart were in a vehicle driving west on Crestlock Road in Franklin County on Sunday afternoon. Authorities say Angela was at the wheel and started to cross State Route 395 without stopping at the stop sign. A Dodge Ram pickup was going northbound on SR 395 and hit Hart's car on the driver's side. Both vehicles ended up in the median. Both Angela and Aspen Hart died at the scene. The two people in the pickup were hurt and were taken to the hospital. And we've now learned that a Kennewick man was injured by an encounter with barbed wire at the scene of a crash on I-90 this morning. Washington State Patrol says the 33-year-old was outside his vehicle after a crash near Cle Elum when a semi-truck driver hit a patrol vehicle and then the man's car. Now, while he wasn't hurt by the crash directly, he dodged the semi and ran into barbed wire instead. The 33-year-old Kennewick man, the semi-driver, and a person who was inside the patrol car were all taken to hospitals. A consumer alert tonight. Ford is now recalling more than 200,000 vehicles. The recall impacts certain models of 2020 through 2022 Explorers. Ford says that's due to the risk of a vehicle rollaway if the parking brake isn't applied. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says Ford will repair impacted vehicles for free. Those will include replacing the rear axle bolt and subframe bushing. Now, Ford will notify the owners of impacted vehicles next month. Let's switch gears here and talk about your forecast. Stacey Lee joins us live with a look ahead.
Well, we had a lot of rain earlier tonight, but as you can see on our Legends Casino Skycam tonight, clearing skies, 59 degrees outside. Our winds are light at 6 miles per hour, and our sunset was at 6:08. Look at those days getting shorter by about 2 minutes per day. Here's that Pacific moisture that we were watching today. That low pressure front pushed that right on into our area. Most of that rain now way off to the east. We have another round coming mainly to the west side for tomorrow. Your planner tonight, again, those temperatures on the cool side down in the 50s. We'll see those overnight lows going down into the 40s, 58 by 11 o'clock here in the Columbia Basin. And again, those showers tapering off tonight in Walla Walla. So not a bad looking night, and it's going to be pretty mild all week long. Above average temperatures up to maybe 10 degrees for the next several days. And then we'll start cooling back down on Sunday. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. The U.S. government is now nearing 2 weeks without a speaker leading the House of Representatives. Republicans have selected Ohio Representative Jim Jordan as their candidate, but now he has to drum up enough support to get at least 217 votes, which would require nearly unanimous approval within his own party. We are expecting a vote in the House tomorrow. Thousands of federal firefighters could face a drastic pay cut in the coming weeks, and some fear that could lead to many firefighters walking off the job. Last year, federal wildland firefighters received a temporary pay bump of either $20,000 a year or 50% of their base salary, whichever was lower. Now that temporary supplement is estimated to run out around the beginning of next month unless Congress makes the pay raise permanent. Now, lawmakers have introduced a proposal with support from both parties that would make those pay raises permanent, but the legislation is currently stalled in the House, which can't move forward without a speaker. The National Federation of Federal Employees has estimated that 30 to 50% of the federal firefighting workforce could resign if the pay increase comes to an end. Now, this comes as a new congressional report estimates wildfires could be costing the economy almost $900 billion per year. The Joint Economic Committee looked at things like initial damage caused by fires, how wildfires damage nearby watersheds, people getting sick or dying young because of exposure to wildfire smoke, the loss of income related to a fire, and how wildfires impact real estate value. Now, the report estimates, for one example, that real estate has lost anywhere from $67 billion to $337 billion every year because of wildfires. Work continues on the gas leak in Walla Walla. The city hopes to reopen 2nd Avenue to traffic soon. The Walla Walla and the Department of Ecology are now working to determine how to lease property adjacent to the Chevron station so they can move filtration equipment there and reopen 2nd Avenue. Additional well drilling this week will likely require 2 days of road or lane closures on Rose Street, and that is expected to start tomorrow. Pumping from the sumps of the Marcus Whitman Hotel and Building 106 continues. Still ahead, saving lives, the special recognition for Cadleck and what it means for care there. Calm conditions tonight in eastern Washington. Stacey Lee is tracking what's ahead for tomorrow in your First Alert forecast. But first, the conflict between Israel and Hamas and an announcement that President Biden is set to visit the region this week. The details next on Apple Valley News Now.
Getting 2 of my croissants with a freshly cracked egg for just $5 means your day is off to a good start. And I serve them all day because I'm not here to judge what time your day starts.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Not being able to see up close can be frustrating. Trying to view your mail, enjoy your favorite book, or even read a prescription bottle can be impossible. Introducing Eye Candy, the sweet new way to see everything bigger, brighter, and better than ever before. And now may be your last chance to get one before they're gone. Fun in design, Eye Candy is no toy. This lightweight, easy-to-hold magnifier utilizes an optical-grade lens that enlarges print by 300%. Yes, 300%.
Eye Candy is really a step above the rest. The magnification is fantastic.
Embedded in Eye Candy's frame are 12 anti-glare LED lights that dramatically help increase clarity. It's a flashlight and magnifier in one.
Even with my reading glasses, I'd still have a problem with the small print. With Eye Candy, everything is bright and clear.
Lightweight and portable, Eye Candy is ideal for extended periods of reading or when you're on the go.
I use Eye Candy when I go out to dinner. Reading the menu, so much easier, especially in the dim light.
Zooming in on your electronic devices only lets you see a small portion of your message or pictures. With Eye Candy, you can see it all.
I showed it to my husband and it strangely disappeared. I purchased 2 more. We keep one in the kitchen, one in the garage, and one in the car.
Read recipes, prescription bottles, or nutritional information, and never miss the fine print. Order now to get your Eye Candy for only $19.99. But wait, there's breaking news. Eye Candy may be discontinued. Due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, Eye Candy is shutting down and stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 Eye Candies per order while supplies last. You still have time to get your very own Eye Candy, but you must act fast. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-941-3546. That's 1-800-941-3546. Or visit tryeyecandy.com. So call 1-800-941-3546 now.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
You can get 2 of my croissants with a freshly cracked egg for just $5. And I serve them all day, so you can enjoy them for breakfast, brunch, or even Brinner. Did I just make up Brinner? Can we trademark that?
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. Still seeing some showers. They're starting to taper off across the Cascade Mountains, and most of the showers have moved on out of our area. Still a stray sprinkle here and there near Walla Walla, Hermiston tonight, but looking good. Here's our Legends Casino Skycam tonight. 59 degrees. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour. Humidity 69%. And again, it's clearing skies out there. Now here's our active satellite and radar. Here's that system as it punched on through. Now there's another system sitting out on the coast. That is mainly going to come on in and take an aim at the northern part of the state. In fact, let's take a look at that a little closer. Here comes that system moving across Seattle and Canada. I see lots of snow in the Canadian Rockies, and then we'll continue to see that move to the east. Mainly Spokane getting rain. We'll stay dry here, Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, Yakima, and Kittitas Valleys for tomorrow. So just improving weather as we move through the night. Futurecast tonight, again, we see those clouds, and they're starting to move out by about 1 a.m. Should be nice and clear outside. Getting into our morning 8 a.m. looking good. A few low clouds in the morning, but that will eventually clear, and you see any rain was staying well to the north of the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Get to Wednesday though, and we've got clear skies. It's going to be gorgeous with temperatures hitting the mid and upper 70s, running a good 10 degrees above average. So our average in Yakima 64 right there today, 66 Tuesday, and then look at this, we're at 10 degrees above the average Thursday, Friday, and pretty nice on Saturday as well. And we're going to have a big cool off beginning Sunday. Tri-Cities will start moving into those mid 70s as well, above our average, nearly 10 degrees above. And then the cool down happens once again on Sunday. Let's talk winds. A little bit breezy out there overnight tonight. Not too bad. Let's take a peek at tomorrow morning. We'll see some light breezes in the Tri-Cities. Dayton, a little bit breezy tomorrow morning. Winds improve as the day progresses. And then we get into our Wednesday morning. Nice light light winds. So again, very mild weather going through this next couple of days and into pretty much the whole week. Temperatures over tonight 30s and 40s. The warm spot, Walla Walla at 49, 46 Tri-Cities, 42 in Yakima, 48 tonight in Hermiston. Tomorrow in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, you'll see those temperatures again slightly warmer than we were today, 50s and 60s. Cle Elum, the cool spot there, 66 for Yakima, Sunnyside and Toppenish. Into the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities, those temperatures approaching 70 degrees. We'll see 68 for both Hermiston, Tri-Cities, 66 in Prosser, 65 Connell, and foothills of the Blues, just slightly cooler temperatures there at 66 degrees. Let's plan your day for tomorrow. Again, mostly clear skies, looking good. Grab a coat out the door sitting at the bus stop tomorrow morning on the chilly side. And then let's take a look tomorrow in the Tri-Cities. Again, mostly clear skies, nice day. Temperatures near 70 at 4. And in Walla Walla, just a little bit cooler there, 50 degrees out the door. You'll be in the mid-60s by 4. So a lot going on weather-wise. Your short-term forecast for the next couple of days. Again, you see that gradual trend of those temperatures warming up well above the average. We'll see 73 degrees on Thursday in the Columbia Basin and in Walla Walla. Look at this, 74 degrees both Wednesday and Thursday. So good-looking forecast as we move forward into this week as we near almost the end of October. More on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. New tonight, President Biden is planning to travel to Israel later this week to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu amidst the Israel-Hamas war. This as the world is bracing for what's expected to be an Israeli ground invasion of Gaza. Meanwhile, the United States and allies are racing to step up diplomatic and humanitarian efforts as hundreds of thousands of civilians are trying to evacuate. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest.
President Biden will now travel to Israel on Wednesday to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announcing his visit tonight and how the president is standing firm against the terrorist attacks of Hamas.
The president will hear from Israel what it needs to defend its people as we continue to work with Congress to meet those needs. President Biden will underscore our crystal clear message to any actor, state or non-state, trying to take advantage of this crisis to attack Israel. Don't.
The White House saying President Biden will also meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, as well as leaders of Jordan and Egypt. This comes as Israeli troops are now gearing up for a ground war against Hamas, tanks and troops gathering along the border with Gaza.
Is Israel ready to go right now, or are they just waiting for the order?
We're ready. We're prepared.
Their mission is to root out Hamas and find the 199 hostages believed to be held in Gaza. Hamas releasing this video of an Israeli hostage. The undated video shows 21-year-old Mia Shem saying, "I just ask that you'll bring me home as soon as possible to my family." Her family giving us permission to show these images. Heavy Israeli bombardment of the Gaza Strip have continued in retaliation for the Hamas terrorist attack on October 7th. A surgeon from Doctors Without Borders describing an apocalyptic scene.
It's absolutely horrendous. The bodies are stacked up. People are too afraid to bury their dead. When you drive by one of the targeted buildings, there's the stench of decaying bodies. They no longer are able to take the bodies out from underneath the rubble.
The United Nations says nearly half of Gaza's population of 2 million is displaced, civilians running out of medicine, shelter, food, and water. Secretary Blinken saying tonight the U.S. and Israel will develop a plan to get humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Here in the United States, 200 volunteers spent the weekend putting up flyers across Seattle of people believed abducted and taken hostage by Hamas. This is an effort that initially began in New York. Volunteer Larry Gross moved from Israel to Seattle 2 years ago. He says he still has family and friends there. And while his immediate family is safe, he has friends who lost loved ones during the Hamas attack.
The people we use on these posters are only those that we know for sure that were kidnapped, that we could find videos posted by the Hamas terrorists themselves from the Facebook accounts of these people. You almost cannot see the same face twice. There are so many different people.
Now, the FBI has seen a rise in threats reported in the United States following Hamas attack on Israel. That from the agency's director, Christopher Wray. Even though most of the threats were deemed not credible, a separate senior FBI official says Muslim and Jewish institutions have been targeted. That after the FBI and Homeland Security both warned law enforcement across the country last week about a possible escalation in threats related to Middle East tensions. According to the State Department, more than 24 Americans have been killed. 15 are still unaccounted for. Still ahead, the state of education. Tonight we're hearing from the superintendent of College Place Public Schools. Plus, special recognition. Cadleck is now considered a heart-safe campus. We'll explain what that means next on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome to Tony's Big Cheese Pizza. How may I help you?
I want some of that amazing cheese bread.
I want chicken wing. I want pizza and breadsticks, please.
You'll love Tony's Big Cheese Pizza in the plaza at 24 and Nob Hill.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer. Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Youth ride free with BFT. Check your student ID for the BFT logo. Show it to the driver and ride free. Don't have a BFT logo sticker on your ID? Ask your school how to get yours.
The nights are cooler, and many Yakima Valley residents still depend on wood-burning devices in their homes as their primary source of heat. New wood pellet stoves or electrical devices are much more efficient and are regulated to control emissions. They're cleaner burning and release fewer harmful air pollutants and carcinogens. Upgrade today with the help of Yakima Regional Clean Air Agency's Wood Stove Change-Out Program. With rebates up to $3,800, you could get a new device at little or no cost to you if you qualify. Call today.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy sauciness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome to Tony's Big Cheese Pizza. How may I help you?
A large pepperoni pizza, please.
Every pizza is made fresh from scratch daily using our family dough and sauce recipe.
You'll love Tony's Big Cheese Pizza in the plaza at 24 and Nob Hill.
Welcome back. Cadleck Regional Medical Center in Richland has now been recognized as a heart-safe campus by the Richland Fire and Emergency Services. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo reports.
Safe campus.
The recognition took place outside Cadleck with staff and a few members of the fire department. The goal of creating a heart-safe campus at Cadleck is to make sure that in the event of a cardiac arrest or any heart-related emergencies, staff and first responders are able to perform hands-on CPR before arriving to the hospital.
This is something that I think is in recognition of there's so much more we can do as a community than just provide emergent care when people are brought to us via ambulance to the hospital with all the trained caregivers we have, that by helping the community to understand better what to do in the case of a cardiac emergency.
Cadleck will be a facility that is fully equipped with the necessary resources and programs to respond in a fast manner, including the non-clinical workers.
Studies have shown that one of the most important links to cardiac arrest survival is bystander CPR prior to the arrival of EMS and fire personnel. For every minute that no CPR is performed prior to EMS arrival, the chances of surviving decrease by 10%.
Not only is this important for staff and first responders, but also for the community. A life can be saved just by knowing how to respond in an event of a cardiac arrest or other related issues.
We want to empower everyone to know hands-only CPR and for them to realize they truly have the power to save a life in their hands.
Birchland Fire and Emergency Services also offers free hands-only CPR training to groups, organizations, businesses, and families to encourage and educate the community. Ana Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Catholic also encourages everyone to visit their site and look at the courses offered for the community. Now, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
That's right, your reason to smile tonight. Now, you got to look closely at this. We didn't have the best weather, but there is a little picture of that eclipse from Walla Walla. Dee Hahn, she likes to send us photos. So again, thanks for sending that in, Dee. I know the weather didn't quite cooperate to see it perfectly. Reason to smile brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco. Remember to get your photo featured. Just get outside, snap a pic, and send it to me, S. Lee, at applevalley.newsnow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
I remember when you get a whole meal for $5.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Oh.
And every Tuesday at A&W, where single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. The good old days are here again. A complete meal for just $5. Tuesdays only at A&W.
Sleep Shop and Furniture has expanded. To celebrate, all living room furniture is up to 35% off. A queen-size gel mattress for only $399 on hand with immediate delivery. Up to 18 months seamless cash and no credit financing available. Quality furniture, affordable prices.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Family history and lifestyle are two big risk factors that can determine if you get breast cancer. Exercise, healthy eating, and a good night's sleep could help prevent it.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
You heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell, the solar-powered motion-activated multi-directional floodlight, the versatile wireless, safety, security, and outdoor lifestyle light you'll love. And right now, it's yours for just $29.99, and the shipping is free. Order now, and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-248-8281 or order online at bionicfloodlight.com.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Xumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Xumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal, just $5.99, only at KFC.
Welcome back. Now to the state of education. We're sitting down with local school superintendents talking about the things that are most important to districts and the education systems facing right now. In tonight's Superintendent Sit Down, Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald speaks with College Place Public Schools Superintendent Jim Fry.
What are some of the goals for the College Place Public Schools this year for the 2023 to 2024 school year?
Well, many of them fall right into the academics and the return to getting our kids back on the path that they were on pre-pandemic. And so a lot of work is going into increasing our academic rigor. There was the COVID pandemic, and then there was just the right after the impacts, right? So a big part is pushing kids academically to be resilient, to persevere, and to achieve grade level standards. And we have a lot of kids with learning loss. So accelerating that learning, getting them the resources they need. So really that's the big one. The second is more of a shift, I think, for schools in ours is the social and emotional learning and care for our students and also for our staff. And so we are investing a lot of time and resources into curriculum, but also just activities for staff that are about building that capacity. Life is hard. Mental illness and mental health issues are I think, at an all-time high. And so how our system responds with resources and supports to really keep people well and in that place where they can be successful. So of our many goals, I think those are our top two that we focus on daily here in College Place Public Schools.
What are some of the challenges meeting those goals this year?
Well, I think there's a little bit of still this residual hangover from the pandemic of it really did things to sort of rewire brains of students. You think about if you had contracted COVID-19, you were required to stay home for a certain amount of days, or if you had a cold or a cough, a sore throat, those sorts of things. We are really seeing that attendance, even though we've kind of come back to this new normal, are still things that are lagging because people were taught and told, hey, if you have these things, you have to stay home. And so how do we build up like this resilience for learning that says, hey, I know you may be feeling a little under the weather, but if it's not a situation where you're sick and contagious, you need to be here. So that's one of our obstacles. The other is that we had degrees of loss for all of our students. Some of it was learning loss, right? That they fell behind where they were on progress. Some of it was actual loss of loved ones and people that they cared about that sort of had that emotional setback that caused them to not return with maybe the same motivations. And then I think just you have to remember, we were programmed to be social distanced for this duration of time. And we are wired to be connected. As human beings, we're wired to be connected. But we're more isolated than ever. We pushed kids onto electronics. We pushed them onto these devices, and we told them that they couldn't, be within 6 feet of each other.
You can find the extended version of that interview on our website or on our YouTube channel, which is under Apple Valley News Now. And last year, College Place Public Schools were down a key piece of their safety program. That would be the school resource officer. Now, the SRO maintains safety and security through prevention, patrol, and intervention. College Place School Resource Officer Andrew Shields says there were some staffing issues last year at the police department that left the agency shorthanded. He says the SRO position is a job that really needs to be devoted to the schools, and that wasn't able to fully take place last year.
Half and half. I was interviewed to be the SRO, got the job, and then we just kind of had some staffing issues. So it got pulled for last year, but I did my best to, since Officer Langlois, he kind of introduced me to a lot of the kids, and I wanted to keep those relationships going. That way not a whole year went by. So I would come into the school, visit during lunches, visit during the day a little bit as much as I could while I was on patrol.
Now, coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll hear more from Officer Shield and Superintendent Fry with the College Place Public Schools. We're now 1 month into the United Auto Workers strike against the big three automakers, GM, Ford, and Stellantis, with no sign of an end point. Last week, the UAW abruptly escalated the strike, with workers walking out of Ford's most profitable plant. Ford executives responded, saying they simply can't offer any more in the hopes of getting a contract. The union is calling for 40% pay increases. Ford is offering 23%. And this morning, Bill Ford, Henry Ford's great-grandson and now the company's executive chairman, made a plea directly to union workers.
This should not be Ford versus the UAW. it should be Ford and the UAW versus Toyota, Honda, Tesla, and all the Chinese companies that want to enter our home market. Toyota, Honda, Tesla, and the others are loving this strike because they know the longer it goes on, the better it is for them.
Now again, Ford says it can't offer workers more money without putting future investments and profits at risk. But the union president responded today saying Ford could stop the strike anytime by offering a better deal.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. Again, we're starting to see those showers dry up over the Cascades, and most of the showers have moved off to the west. Kids still see a sprinkle or two, however, in the Walla Walla area, Hermiston. But again, those are moving on out and drying up, and we're starting to see those clearing skies on our Legends Casino Skycam. Currently 60 degrees in the Tri-Cities area. Winds are at 10 miles per hour. Our sunset at 6:08. Pay attention to that number. We lose 2 minutes of daylight all the way to winter solstice. So days are getting shorter by 2 minutes per day. So it's getting dark pretty early. Radar and satellite combined. Again, there's that system moving out. We have another system out on the coast. This guy's going to move in and basically stay on the west side and then make its way north and then maybe hit the top of our state towards Spokane. But as far as Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, Yakima Valley should remain dry tomorrow. In fact, let's take a look at our view here. And again, there's that moisture to the northern part of the state. I'm seeing some snow showers in Canada. So yes, we are getting some snow in our Cascade Mountains. And then as that system moves on, we'll see a wet day in Spokane, but should remain dry here in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Looking good. Futurecast, when can we start to see those clearing skies? That'll be overnight tonight. This is at 1 a.m. as you can see through the area, nice and clear. Still a little cloudy in Walla Walla, but that will improve as the evening progresses. When we get to tomorrow morning, you might see a few low clouds hanging around early part of the day, but that should get better. And then again, those showers staying north of Ellensburg and staying mainly to the top of the state. So look for clearing skies through the region. As we get to our Wednesday, look at that. It's going to be beautiful, clear, sunny, and we'll even see those warmer temperatures running a good 10 or so degrees above the average. So weather-wise, pretty mild this week. Now our averages in Yakima right now are 64 degrees. That's where we were today, but look at these numbers. They climb up a full 10 degrees above average Thursday and Friday. Will stay pretty nice on Saturday. Then things start to cool back down on Sunday and Monday of next week. Tri-Cities, our average here is 66 degrees. We were a little bit below that today, but gradually climbing up into those mid-comfortable 70s and then decreasing back down to the 60s. So over the next couple of days, get ready to enjoy the sunshine. Now, wind-wise, we're not too bad. We see the winds kind of picking up tonight, Tri-Cities. As we start our day tomorrow, we'll have some breezy winds, Tri-Cities and Dayton. Otherwise, pretty calm as far as we go through our Tuesday. We'll see those winds picking up just slightly here in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. On Wednesday, very light winds as we move through the week. So really mild, boring weather, in my opinion, for the next couple of days. But that's okay. We've got clearing skies tonight. We've got temperatures in the 30s and 40s overnight. Tomorrow's daytime highs, again, gradually climbing up. Cle Elum at 59. Toppenish, Yakima 66, as well as Sunnyside. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, again, those temperatures nearing 70 in Hermiston and Tri-Cities. Prosser at 66, Connell 65. Looking into the foothills of the Blues, again, those temperatures hitting the mid-60s. Planning your day tomorrow, grab a coat out the door. A little bit on the cool side. We'll be in the 60s and mid-60s by noon, and those upper 60s close to 70 degrees as you hit to the later part of the afternoon. So again, a good looking forecast, especially tomorrow. Just grab that coat in the morning or if you're heading out late tonight. Stay here though. I've got your 7-day planning forecast. That is on the way. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We have a follow-up tonight. The Supreme Court has once again ruled in favor of the Biden administration's restrictions on ghost guns. The ATF is requiring gun sellers to treat gun building kits just like regular firearms when it comes to keeping records. Now, the rule is being challenged in federal court, but the Supreme Court's decision today means that the rule will continue being enforced while the legal process plays out. The 2024 presidential election is still over a year away, but as of tonight, President Biden has raised more than $71 million for his re-election campaign and the Democratic Party. The Biden campaign says that money was raised during the third fundraising quarter. It outpaces the amounts raised by each of the Republican presidential candidates who've reported their results so far. The Biden campaign says they've also doubled the number of donors who have committed to donating every month since last quarter. The feds take steps towards a potential ban on menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. The White House is reviewing the FDA plan. Now, before the plan gets the green light, the Office of Management and Budget has to sign off. Scientists say that menthol makes smoking more addictive and appealing to young people. One study suggests that banning menthol could save 500,000 lives in the next 40 years. Experts think the tobacco industry will fight the ruling in court if it is approved. Rite Aid has filed for bankruptcy, but don't expect the doors to close just yet. This is mostly a financial move that impacts Rite Aid at a corporate level. Pharmacies will still be able to fill prescriptions, although we could see some underperforming locations close in the months to come. Rite Aid says if or when that happens, they'll work to transfer employees to other stores. Well, check this out. A couple held a wedding on Friday night just outside Giesa Field at WSU in Pullman. Martin and Lisa Chick wore gray and white jerseys. The wedding party wore crimson. These pictures come from the WSU Pullman Instagram page. The couple says they originally planned to get married in Maui in August, but rescheduled because of the wildfires there. Lisa said she's been a Coug fan since birth, so the plaza where the statue stands gave them the space and the backdrop to exchange their vows. That's quite a difference, Stacy, from a destination wedding in Hawaii to WSU Pullman.
That's right. That's some dedication, I
That
must
is
say.
dedication, yes.
All right, one final look at our weather. Let's take a look at that 7-day planning forecast. Again, very mild all week. Look at those temperatures in the 70s, a beautiful week. And then we're going to start to really cool down as we head into next week. In fact, look at those lows dropping into the 30s, just barely above the freezing mark. So enjoy it while it's here, right?
Yeah, sunny and 75. We'll take it for a couple of days.
That's right.
Thanks, Stacy, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.